The moment you open your eyes each morning and realize the beginning of a new day, remember that others may not have been able to live to see another day come by. Remember the gift of life. If you were able to get out of bed and found your legs carrying you around, remember this is not random. There are those who are shackled within their body, immersed with many health issues, hindering their ability to walk, such that they have become dependent even when it comes to basic tasks. Was there a moment where you found yourself free of bodily pain, able to enjoy yourself and do as you wish? While there is that one person you know who has been confined in constant pain with not much relief, not being able to rest, not being able to live a normal life. Pain has taken over with no mercy, such that departure from this world became the only thought for their relief. If you experienced pangs of hunger that took over you, and soon after you found food in the fridge to satisfy you, remember those hungry and on the brink of starvation with not even a morsel of hard bread to eat. Surely the next time you decide to decline a type of food simply because it was not to your liking, think about that child who never had the luxury to pick and choose, not knowing when their next meal will be, if they will ever even have a meal again, their only choice being hunger and thirst. When on that hot summer day you felt that scorching heat penetrating your skin, such that your tongue started to go dry, then you reached out for your water bottle that was readily available. You felt the coolness of that water quenching your thirst and bringing a sense of relief and a smile to your face. When eyes can't see but darkness, the blackness of an image being a norm, not knowing what colors mean or how everything is visualized, the world has become a haze, as if it was never in existence. Blindness has taken over their eyesight, yet you are able to see and enjoy the beauty of a rainbow glimmer. For some, the world is a quiet place, pin-drop silence, no words or music to be heard, simply because deafness has been a norm for them. Yet you enjoy the bounty of hearing, the singing of birds in the early morning hours, the coolness of raindrops as they make their way down and bring life to vegetation, the voices of loved ones wrapping your heart with warmth and comfort. Imagine yourself struggling to express yourself. As much as you try to get the words out, you find yourself failing and your speech is silenced by your inability to speak. Only hand movements to communicate your simple thoughts. So much to say, but no words to give. You suddenly wake up and realize it was just a dream. You can speak just fine. If you have longed to enjoy the fragrances that can flower your heart and soul with pleasant scents, you come to realize the importance of the ability to smell and perceive what you eat and much, much more. When your friend witnesses a loved one suffering from a terminal disease, or when their health takes a quick downturn to the worse, that even doctors have lost hope, a sinking feeling in your stomach, the thought of your loved one departing and leaving you alone, yet you are free of that painful experience. When you hear of others being arrested, taken in for questioning, taken to prison, or treated as captives, you look at yourself and see your hands free of handcuffs or chains. You are free to run and travel as you wish, no questions asked. Freedom is your biggest asset, while others are deprived from it and will never know if they will ever be free again. On that freezing winter night, when gloves and a warm jacket is a precious commodity, your extremities crying out in hunger for warmth, no matter how much you try to appease it with layers of clothing, blood circulation gone slow as the temperature dips, until you realize you are only a few steps away from your door, and in minutes you find yourself running in to enjoy the warmth of your home as you start to thaw yourself and cuddle under the warm covers. You then start to wonder, how about that person who has no home to secure him, no four walls to guard his privacy, no roof to cover him, simply nowhere to go but the rough streets, where there is no safety or compassion, no security or solace, only desperation and solitude, no clothes or shelter. Yet you enjoy the blessing of having a home every night, the comfort of your own four walls, and protection from extreme temperatures. When you find yourself in fear of an authority, an oppressor, or a dictator who has taken full control of your life, threatening to deprive you of basic human rights, your life in danger, and your family's safety in question, in constant hideout, not being able to go out freely, not knowing if your life will be spared and if you will ever feel safe again, then somehow you found yourself being saved by the mercy of a power that is divine, while you know that there are others who still live in this endless cycle of fear. When you find yourself extremely exhausted after a long day, running around to take care of your family's needs, working endless hours, trying to make ends meet, and finally you got that moment to rest. Soon you dozed off, what seemed to be just a few moments. You then wake up and feel miraculously refreshed. All that exhaustion somehow dissipated magically. You are as fresh as you can be. At that moment, remember those who suffer from insomnia, the inability to sleep, only tossing and turning around during the dark hours of the night, not being able to recharge or refresh themselves. When you find yourself surrounded by family and friends, enjoying their love and care, being able to confide in them when you need advice, being able to reach out to them when you need help, being able to throw yourself into their arms when you need a shoulder to cry on. At that moment, you realize the importance of family, the importance of friends. You then remember that person you met who has no one to lean on to. They have lost their family members and they suffer from the clutches of loneliness and solitude. How about that friend of yours who lost their job with or without notice? All of a sudden, no source of income to support their family and young kids, not knowing how long their savings will last, months passing and their future looking dim, economic challenges at play, and the stark competition in the job market making it ever so difficult to land even an interview, let alone securing a job offer, while you enjoy a stable job with a steady income, not having to worry about next month's bills. When you hear of countries experiencing natural disasters, from deadly earthquakes to wildfires or volcanic eruptions, or hurricanes and tsunamis, or landslides having destroyed villages and wiped out cities, you realize that a measly storm that caused a few hours of power outage is not bad after all. When you find yourself entrenched in a war zone, your home has become witness to gunshots, sounds of sporadic explosions, your heart filled with fear, not knowing if you will be killed or if you will be able to find your way out to a safe haven. And now you are safe and sound and hearing these very words of reminder. If you came across a situation when you realized it was a close call, too close and on the verge of a disaster to happen, but somehow you got saved, very close to being exposed of your faults, but somehow you was covered by mercy, very close to being led astray, but somehow you felt the power pulling you to safety and guiding you to the path of righteousness. When you find yourself living in unprecedented times and witnessing a world-shattering event, history unfolding, and a global pandemic underway, eating its way through countries with no barriers, an invisible enemy taking control, taking away your loved ones, your life threatened, and your freedom restricted, your lifestyle affected in every aspect. You are hearing this and have either been able to fight it with the mercy of a God that is most powerful, or you have been saved so far also by His mercy. When you realize all of this, you remember to count your blessings. Take a moment to reflect. Who has spared you so much trouble? Who has given you all the bounties that you enjoy? Who has protected you time and time again, yet you take it for granted? Lack of gratefulness, perhaps continued complaints, and greed for more and more. When you suddenly realize you have so much to be thankful for, that is when you take that moment or more to thank your Creator, to thank your Lord, to thank the Almighty God who has given you and I so much without being asked for it. For even the ability to thank God is reason alone to be thankful. Thank you, God.